Welcome to Barbie's Bitch House. Last time a lot of stupid shit happened. A lot of people died. Well, 2 people died. Not Jasper.
Jason. Jason and Barney the dinosaur.
Barney the dinosaur. So Jason was pushed out of a tree like a dumbass.
And then Barney just died. Like,
I wish there was a guy named Brian in here. So we'd get Brian. If you guys don't get it, look up Brian the Faggot on YouTube. If you can tell, I'm gay, so I can say that. But yeah, that happened last time, and today we're
like it was hard to know.
Like it was hard to tell. I know it was impossible to know that because I'm so straight passing, but with my painted fingernails.
Yeah, with your pink and purple fingernails.
This was supposed to be like a blackish, but it's like a dark blue.
I was gonna say it's like a purple.
It looks like kind of, yeah. I thought it was black because the nail polish itself in the bottle looks black straight up, and you put it on your nails. It's like, oh.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like it looks darker in the bottle, and then you put it on, it's like lighter.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely what it is. What is this chapter called?
Suspicions.
Oh, okay. So I think we're gonna start theorizing.
Well, I was already theorizing.
But the character's about to be like, ew.
Colt Beckett toyed with the handheld radio, trying to find a way. Any way at all to fix it in order to communicate to someone that they needed help.
I forgot Cole was a character.
I know. The antenna was damaged, and even if they fixed it, there would be no guarantee that they could reach someone. Even so, it was definitely worth a shot. Barney didn't make it through the night. Huxley and Chase went and buried him that morning. Colt hadn't known Barney very well, but he felt horrible that he had to go in such a horrible way. He was glad he wasn't suffering anymore, though. Colt kept thinking about yesterday's hunt for firewood when they discovered Jason's body. His eyes were open wide, his mouth open in a silent scream of horror. He felt like Jason's dead Cole's eyes were staring into the deepest, darkest parts of his soul. He wondered if his death was truly an accident. Jason wasn't careless. He would have been careful when climbing the trees to ensure he wouldn't fall to his demise. Accidents still happen.
Yes. I love how, like, I go into random detail, like, those cold eyes were staring into the corpse. Or, like, the corpse eyes. I'm like, girl.
You know what pisses me off all the time?
What?
The corpse bride. He should have ended up with the dead girl. I don't give a fuck. The one that was living was not as good as the dead one.
Yeah, no. Fucking horror.
Be so fucking for real.
Pissed me all the way off.
And all the merch that, like, you see, he's always with her, but that's not even the girl that he, like, really even ends up with.
That's bullshit. That's annoying.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he literally doesn't end up with her. And if you thought that, then, like, whatever. He should have ended up with her. And I feel like he had more chemistry with her than he did the other. And I know it's, like, she was dead. He couldn't have been with her. But, like...
But, like, still, it's kind of like how Hermione and Ron ended up together. I didn't think they had chemistry at all. I think Harry and Hermione did more.
Well, I think it was one of those things where it was like they liked each other, but then it was like it was a kind of weird kind of thing. And
also, J.K. Rowling's a piece of shit, so of course she doesn't know what good ships are.
Well, I mean, and like, I don't... One of my favorite parts from the Harry Potter series... is that scene where it's like it's the one where they're getting like I don't know what movie it is. It's the one where they have like a wedding and like a bunch of shit goes wrong. You've seen the movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make sure. But there's a scene where Jenny comes in there and she's like, Harry, would you help zip up my dress? And he's zipping up her dress, and then like the older brother, I don't remember which one it is. He doesn't have an ear, and he sneaks in there, and he's like sitting there watching them, and like Ginny and Harry kiss for like a little bit, and they like look over at him, and then she like walks away, and Harry like pretends it didn't happen, and he's sipping coffee, and he goes, "Good morning."
One of my favorite parts, I'll say it real quick, is when Bellatrix dies, and that girl's like, "Not my daughter, you bitch."
Oh, I saw that on TikTok the other day, and she's like, "Not my daughter, you bitch."
And then my favorite part.
Love it.
I saw that shit in theaters, and I was like, fuck yeah.
You're like, oh yeah.
I think that last movie came out on like my 9th birthday, so that was like the best birthday present ever.
Okay. Okay. Not only that, the ship exploded, and the ship was purposely crashed to strand them on this island.
Why am I recapping this? Like... We didn't just read this like 60 pages ago.
It seemed like too big of a coincidence. Colt had no idea why someone would kill Jason, but he had a possible clue of someone who might have killed him. It had been the summer before junior year, and the summer heat was radiating off of the streets. Colt was out riding his motorcycle with David, letting off some steam after getting into a fight with his girlfriend. He loved the way the air felt as it rushed through his hair. It exhilarated him. And it helps him temporarily forget about his problems. He had recently been fired from his job for punching a guy in the face for pushing him when he didn't get his burger in time.
He said, "Ooh." Why is he a fucking, like, ooga booga caveman? Like, douchebag.
If standing up for yourself gets you fired, then so be it. David had said to Colt always loved how honest and upfront David was. He wasn't afraid to defend himself when necessary. However, there was one instance where Colt was terrified of David. They had been drinking at a party. David had recently been broken up with by his girlfriend at the time, Kelsey. She's a reoccurring character. Mm-hmm. If she dies next, we know who it is. Mm-hmm. Anyway, unless it was like a different girl, but I doubt it.
Yeah,
because you wrote this when you were a kid.
Yeah, no, I was like, yeah.
The reason they had broken up was because of Jason. Jason had lied to Kelsey, saying that David was cheating on her. He even showed her a fake Photoshop picture of David kissing another girl. She took the bait and broke up with David on the spot. Ever since that day, David had a grudge against Jason. A grudge so strong that he even went to his house and completely destroyed his car. Took a baseball bat and broke all the windows and headlights. Keyed the car, carved liar into the seats, and got a sledgehammer and smashed the rest in.
This is literally like I heard before he cheats. And I was like,
yeah.
Before she cheats, whatever it is. I'm so... No, all these names... I'm going into the sun. We hate that singer. She's a nasty Trump supporter. But... we love that song. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, all the names are confusing me, and I wrote this shit, but it's very soap opera like.
Yeah,
and it's like she said this, so he did this.
Jason knew David did it, but didn't have enough proof to prove it, so David got away with it. Colt had began to wonder if David had pushed Jason to his death. He had gone away from the others to look for firewood, but a lot of the others had done that as well. The only others besides David and Colt were Huxley, Jonathan, Chase, Jason, and Kelsey. Any of them could have killed Jason.
Suspect list going on.
Okay. So these are all the people that were in the woods. David, Colt, Huxley. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other people. Mm-hmm. So there were 6 other people there.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Or it could have been a genuine accident, but Colt highly doubted that.
We just reiterated that. Like, that was already stated.
Earth to Colt, David exclaimed. Colt snapped out of his deep thinking and apologized for zoning out. Don't worry about it. Have you gotten any progress done on the radio? David asked. Colt shook his head. This feels hopeless, man. Colt said, the radio is absolutely totaled. The antenna is snapped, and that's a very key part of communicating with this thing. Even if we were fixed, it would be really hard to secure a connection out here. Let me take a shot at it, David said. It's worth a try. Colt stood up and dusted the sand off of his pants. It had only been over a little 2 days since they had arrived on the island. See? The other day it said it was 1 day, and then this day says it's been 2 days since.
I don't know, because, I mean, like, still, my point stands of, like, in a day, like, 6 people died, so...
Anyway, they had arrived on the island, and Colt was absolutely sick of being stuck here. People kept dying left and right, and he felt like it would be only a matter of time before he died as well. He decided to go for a swim in the ocean to clean himself off. He's gonna die in the ocean. The flame from the explosion had turned into a small smolder. He looked up at the sky and closed his eyes, letting himself float to his death.
To his death.
Not really. That's not what it says, but, like, it'd be funny if it did.
Imagine, like, the boat with all the people comes by and just, like, the motor just...
It says chapter 17, The Leap of Faith.
Okay, I think this chapter is what I thought chapter 12 was going to be.
Okay. It says the night before. The night before? It says in big, bold letters.
The night before! That's a Linkin Park. Oh, Uma Kern. It's like, what did they have to do with this?
Uma Kern walked briskly away. You just change her name. It's fucking ridiculous.
Uma Kern. Sounds like, get in my car.
We're getting the fucking urn.
Uma Kern. whenever you have an urn and you can feel it when it gets hit. Oh my kern. That was so stupid. Oh my kern.
It does sound like something you would say like that.
Oh my kern.
Like, oh my god, but like they have an accent.
Oh my god.
So it's like,
Oh my kern.
oh my kern. Okay, walked briskly away from the shore. Everyone else was asleep. Good. No one would come chasing after her for what she was planning to do. She had felt bad that she was leaving her classmates behind on this island, but she couldn't take it anymore. She climbed up the mountain she had found earlier in the day while exploring. At the top of the mountain was a ledge. She then realized what she needed to do. Okay, so she's gonna kill herself. Their only real escape was death. She envied her dead classmates because they wouldn't have to worry about surviving on the island anymore. She's so fucking...
She's so Tara Raven.
She's a pick-me. God. She's like, I know I have to kill myself. I envy the dead people. I want to be dead.
I want to be just like them.
Yeah.
She's giving Raven dementia darkness.
Yeah.
Way dementia.
Her hunger gnawed away at her stomach and she was dehydrated. She refused to drink the salt water because she knew she would just puke it up. As she climbed, she'd look up at the sky. This is my last time looking at the night sky. May as well admire it for a little while. She stared up at the stars, trying to pinpoint the Big Dipper. Because that's what she's trying to do.
Because that's what she cares about.
She looked at the moon. It beams gleaming down on her. If she was going to die, she wanted to do it on her own terms. She climbed higher up the mountain, rapidly approaching the edge. Uma didn't realize that the killer had followed her to the mountain from camp. The killer wanted to claim another victim. She's already going to kill herself. What the hell would they even be doing here?
Yeah, no.
The killer wanted to claim another victim, to have another notch on their belt. Hell, they had already killed 3 people. This would be a piece of cake. But little did the killer know that Uma was already planning on dying. She turned around and saw the killer. What the hell are you doing here? She asked the killer. The killer said nothing. Instead, they pulled out a knife. Uma stared into the killer's eyes, not afraid. She ran faster up to the ledge, and the killer followed. She would not give the killer the satisfaction of killing her. To the killer's surprise, Uma leaped off of the edge, plummeting down to the ground below. She smiled as she fell before smashing into the ground.
Jesus Christ. No, I'm confused because I thought she was already at the edge. And then she's like, oh, she went further up to another edge. Or like
Anyway,
to the edge.
The killer looked down in shock. They never thought that Uma would kill herself. Damn it, the killer said. It doesn't say damn it. It says damn it.
That's how you spell damn it. That's one way to spell it.
One way to spell it. That's not how everyone else spells it.
That's how everyone. That's not a back road.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
The killer said.
Damn it.
and then turned around and headed back to the shore. The others would find Uma's body in the morning. That's it.
Wow, that was stupid. Okay, let's read another chapter.
Okay.
I think we still have plenty of time.
Chapter 18, Fatigue.
It sounds like a drag queen. Fatigue.
Uma Kern sounds like a fucking drag queen.
Uma Kern. Uma Kern is in an urn. Oh, that bitch died.
I'm gonna tell you something. So, you know, like, her name's like Uma Kern. I think Uma, and some people call their grandma that. I think.
Oh, no.
So it
sounds like Grandma Urn.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure I've heard it before to describe a grandmother. Like, they call their grandma Uma or something. Mm-hmm. Deirdre's sleep was dreamless and vague. She fell asleep like a baby due to the tossing and turning of the boat.
Like a baby.
When she awoke, she squinted because of the sun's rays shining directly into her eyes. Deirdre knew they couldn't go on for much longer. They were all extremely fatigued due to starvation. Jacob kept insisting that they would continue to push onwards, though, and so they did. It didn't make it any less difficult. Ready to switch? Jacob asked Deirdre. Sure, Deirdre said. And go ahead and rest. You deserve it. Jacob handed the order to Deirdre and laid down and shut his eyes. Deirdre and Sasha, I can't... Her fucking name fucks with me.
Deirdre and shush.
Yeah, Deirdre and Sasha didn't even talk much. There was definitely a little tension between him, since they had both developed feelings for Jacob. Between them, not him.
What the fuck?
There was definitely a little tension between him. I think it's supposed to say between them. Jesus. Because they both like Jason.
You can tell I didn't proofread this.
Anyway, the tension was unspoken, but nonetheless there. I just can't believe we got into this mess, Sasha exclaimed. I mean, what are the chances that a psycho breaks onto a ship, kills the captain, and then holds the crew hostage? She asked. At least he's dead now, Deirdre said. And I hope that bastard suffered. Sauce.
Do
The
it. You
pig fuck. Or wait, you want me to do it in the other
Yeah.
voice?
No, you should, for Sasha's voice, you should do a country accent.
No, I should like read it like the pig thing.
Yes.
Deirdre said, I hope that. Wait, hold on. I hope that bastard suffered. Sorry.
I'm the best and suffered.
Sasha said. Deirdre grinned because deep down she did too. That was it. It was one page.
Fatigue. That was so fucking stupid. Nothing happened in that at all.
Chapter 19, the Discovery Channel.
They're probably gonna find Uma's body.
Yeah, I figure.
So the killer has only killed like 3 people, but a lot have died because of the accident.
Of the explosion
So
on the island.
Killed the teacher on the island. They killed the teacher. It killed some other fucking dude. I don't even remember his name. He was irrelevant. And then they killed Jason.
They killed, what was his name? Mason?
Mason, that was his name. Mason Jason. There's the clues. He hates anyone that's Asons.
All Asons.
Imagine if the teachers only give Asons to the Imagine the teacher's name was like Mason, Tayson.
Anyway, Maria Lopez reached out trying to grab Missy's and McKenna's hands.
What?
They were reaching out to her. She couldn't see their faces because the sun was shining in her eyes. However, when the girls got closer, Maria saw a horrible sight. Missy's head was caved in, and McKenna was rotting. So I thought they buried them.
I think she's having a nightmare.
Okay. Maria screamed. When she opened her eyes, she was being shaken awake by Hollywood. It's just a nightmare, Hollywood said, comforting Maria. Tears streamed down Maria's face. I saw them again, Hollywood, Maria said to Hollywood.
Well, I don't like how redundant this shit is. I'm scared, Hollywood, Maria said to Hollywood.
God, like, who the fuck was she talking to? Like, why do we have to reiterate who she was talking to?
Hi, Maddie, I said to Maddie. Like, it's so stupid.
God, I miss them so much. Me too, Hollywood said.
They died, they missed them, but they died 2 days ago.
The only thing we can do for them now is to get off this island alive and to survive and remember their memory. Hollywood wasn't sure. She wanted to remember their memory.
Remember their memory is funny for no reason.
Granted, Missy had taken her in when she had no one, but she only did it for her own selfish, manipulative reasons. To hold it above her head and to have control over her. She loved McKenna, though. She wasn't as manipulative or controlling like Missy was. Hollywood knew that they could all be bitches at points. That's because Missy was, and whatever Missy did, they also did. Deep down, both girls regretted how they had treated their classmates over the years, and even though they would never say it out loud. Maria looked behind her at the shore. She saw Colt and David working away trying to fix the radio. Jonathan, Chase, and Huxley had gone back into the woods to scavenge for resources. So far, they hadn't found much. They had found plenty of firewood, though, and that was a start. Maria closed her eyes and listened to the sound of the waves crashing against the rocks.
Also, wasn't it fucking raining? So the firewood doesn't even matter because it's wet?
I don't know. It helped put her mind at ease. I like how they haven't built a shelter.
I thought they did, or I think they took shelter, but they didn't build one.
Yeah, no, they didn't build one, but they took one. Anyway. Well, I was just saying, if it was raining, if they had, built something, then they maybe, wouldn't have. Anyway.
Like on Survivor.
Yeah. I've never watched it, but yeah. It made her feel like she was on vacation at a beach, lying out in the sand, not stranded on an island. Her peace was quickly interrupted by a piercing scream. Maria jumped, and the sound startling her. Colt and David snapped up from what they were doing, and ran towards the scream. Maria and Hollywood decided to follow them as well. When Maria saw the cause of the scream, she wished she hadn't followed. On the ground lay Uma, dead at the base of the mountain ledge. Maria looked up. It looked like she had fallen from the ledge, and it was pretty high at fall. Maria shuddered, just imagining how terrified Uma must have been. Another suicide? David asked.
Another suicide? What? I don't know if he's referring to Jason's death as a suicide, but they've been calling that an accident. So that's a plot hole, I guess.
Maybe a plot hole? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Anyway. Well, maybe they think that the other one might have been... I don't know. Because that's David saying that.
Mm-hmm.
David asked. Seems like it, Colt said. Colt still had his doubts. He was pretty sure Jason's death wasn't an accident. Why do they call it a suicide if
I know.
But he wasn't sure about Uma. She had seemed recently depressed and at the shore recently, sitting listless and in her own world.
Recently.
Yeah. It says, at the shore recently, sitting listless and in her own world. That's it. We're going to start having someone awake at all times of the day as a suicide watch, David said. First we lost Jason, and now we lost Uma. We can't afford to lose anyone else. Hollywood went behind some of the bushes and vomited. Maria felt sick to her stomach as well, but she managed to keep it in. We need to bury her, Colt said. She doesn't deserve to lay here and rot. She at least deserves a proper burial. I agree, David said. Girls, go back to camp. We'll take care of this.
I don't like them. I'm just...
Maria turned around and rolled her eyes as she and Hollywood walked back to the camp. I like how she has the gall to have attitude. She's like...
She's like, ugh, fine.
It got on her nerves how David tried to act like this macho, protective, tough guy that everyone knew he wasn't. Damn.
Wait, I fucking love how I was like, ew, and then Maria did and said exactly what I was thinking. Because all these characters are basically me with a wig on.
I just like how sometimes these characters that like were mentioned like earlier, just like we haven't heard about them since, and they just fucking show up.
Like, Colt Rupert.
Because it says Winnie Barlow explored the depths of the forest. I haven't heard her fucking name like this entire time.
I remember liking her name, but she's not been mentioned since like the fucking cafeteria.
Yeah. Well, it says looking for any possible sources of food that she could find. So far, she didn't have any luck. So that's a person that we didn't know that was there. I like how when we were a minute ago, they were giving us like suspects because they were like, these people were here and these people were here. Where the fuck was this girl?
Was Winnie just like non-existing?
Yeah, like it didn't say she was anywhere. But apparently maybe she wasn't in the woods, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Looking for any possible food sources that she could find. So far, she didn't have any luck. Madison Dottler tagged along with her and haven't
forgot about her.
Like I said, there's so many other people that like...
Say Dottler or Dottlery? Because I know one of them said Dottler.
It's Dottler.
Oh my god, I did not proofread anything. Shit.
Yeah, I think last time it was Dotterly.
Dotterly.
Anyway, tagged along with her. She had nothing better to do. Madison had been Winnie's best friend since the 6th grade. When Winnie moved to Painesboro and was the new girl, Madison would talk to her even when no one else would. Missy and her friends used to bully Winnie, so Winnie and Madison devised a plan to get Missy back for all the shit she put her through. Sophomore year of high school, Madison managed to weasel her way into Missy's clique. She faked a friendship with Missy in order to build trust. Then she slept with Missy's boyfriend, Derek.
We're getting tea from that shit from the first few chapters where Missy was like, Madison slept with my man.
Missy found out, and she was furious. Winnie and Madison thought it was hilarious to see the once pristine and proper Missy Jenkins crumble and burn. They didn't expect Missy to frame Derek by putting a gun in his locker, though. Derek was a collateral damage, and to be honest, he was a douchebag as well. As sick and twisted as it was, it gave Winnie joy to see Missy dead and crumbled. She had to suppress laughing. That bitch finally got what was coming to her after ruining so many people's lives. Winnie wasn't a sadistic person, but karma was one of her favorite things, no matter how violent that karma was. That sounds really bad.
That sounds really... Why are these people fucking psychopaths?
Yeah, why are they all, like, need to be in a mental hospital?
They're all, like, crazy.
Yeah. Madison had felt guilty when Derek had gotten framed by Missy. Winnie reassured her that it wasn't her fault that Missy was nuts. She had no idea what Derek was doing now, and frankly, she didn't care. In a way, Missy had saved him from this senior trip. He was still in Painesboro, living life carefree, while his ex-classmates were stranded on an island, dying one by one. Winnie gasped when she saw the coconut tree. Madison, look!
Coconut!
She exclaimed. Madison saw the tree and jumped for joy. Now we have food!
I love how there's a random coconut tree.
Yeah.
Chicka chicka boom boom.
Madison shouted. The girls hugged and jumped with glee. I'm imagining that scene in the movie where they jump and like they freeze them where they're in the air. You know?
Yes.
Winnie felt like her stomach was eating itself from the inside out. We can also drink the coconut milk, Winnie said. Winnie and Madison ran back to the camp to tell the others about their discovery. It was a good thing they did, because the killer had been hiding behind a nearby tree and getting ready to slit their throats if they got any closer.
Let's see how much time it's been, but I want to read one more chapter, because it's getting good.
Okay, well, chapter 20 is called The Attack.
Okay, so it's going to be really good.
We're like, this is going to be good.
This is going to be good.
Another night had fallen, and Deirdre, Jacob, and Sasha were still rowing the boat, trying to find civilization. They were close to giving up. All of their bodies ached due to dehydration, starvation, and fatigue from constantly rowing the boat. I like how we reinstated that twice.
They're rowing the boat while they're rowing the boat.
Sasha had begun hallucinating, so Jacob and Deirdre had to take over rowing while she rested. Deirdre knew that if another storm happened and the waves grew really high, they wouldn't survive. They would drown. That gave her a little bit of fuel to keep going. Her and Jacob rowed furiously. Their efforts seemed fruitless, considering they had been rowing for days and they still hadn't come across any sight of land. Daedra felt her arms cramp up. She shrieked in agony and nearly dropped the oar into the water. Those things fucking float. But Jacob caught it. Daedra fell into the boat and started sobbing, body-racking sobs.
But I love saying body-racking sobs. Like screaming in agony or body-racking sobs are like the two buzzwords.
She was so exhausted and tired of fighting. She was beginning to develop a fever due to their current conditions. Jacob set down both of their oars inside the boat and held Daedra to his chest. His body heat radiated onto her. What the hell? Oh, God.
It's like a random romance out of nowhere. And what is up with me and body heat? I think I was projecting because I wanted a man.
Yeah.
I was like, I want a man.
He moved her hair and kissed her on the forehead. Shh, it's going to be okay. Jacob said, all we need to do right now is rest. It's not good for any of us if we keep pushing ourselves to our very brink. We need to maintain strength. Deirdre agreed by nodding and nuzzled her head into his chest, trying to block out the world. She closed her eyes, the sounds of Jacob's heartbeat calming her. She awoke to the sound of wood breaking. She snapped awake, looking around to see if there were any more people around. The only person she saw besides her and Jacob was Sasha, holding a broken oar formed into a spear. Above her head. You bitch! Sasha screamed as she stabbed the oar into Daedra's leg.
Down, bitch!
I like how she got so jealous that she took the oar that they were using to row the fucking boat and made it into a makeshift spear with nothing but her pussy, because there's nothing on that fucking boat to make a spear into.
She used her pussy like a pencil sharpener. I imagine she was like, you fucking cunt. And then she's like, and then she spun the blade and was like, woo, like she's rolling a car. It's ready.
I was like, what the fuck is she bashing it with? Which, I mean, I guess she could have just broken it.
That's
like,
what I
like
think.
in half, but like fashioned it into a spear. I'm like, and that's it. That's it for this chapter.
Wait, what's chapter 21?
Sasha snaps.
Let's read chapter 21, because that's a cliffhanger that we can't end on.
Okay. That we can end on?
We can't.
So don't read it or do read it?
Do read it.
Okay. Deirdre screamed in agony as the wood splintered into her leg. Jacob was wide awake now, his eyes wide.
I'm wide awake.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you psycho bitch? Deirdre screamed. I cannot say her name every time. I either say Deirdre or...
Just say it however, honestly.
Anyway, Sasha ripped the oar out of her leg, sending pain shooting up Deirdre's entire body. Before Sasha could swing the oar down on Deirdre, Jacob kicked Sasha's legs inwards, snapping the bone.
She made out like chicken.
Yeah.
She made out like turkey.
No,
bones.
honestly, if you like rewrite this, you should fucking have it where he knocks her into the fucking water and then she gets eaten by a fucking shark or some shit like that.
No, I love how he like kicks her and she made out like twigs.
Yeah.
She's like,
she has like chicken bones. He's fucking hit her in her bone.
I'm just imagining when he hits her, she goes like,
Sasha screamed in agony as she fell back into the boat. However, she forgot to put the oar down. She fell right on the spike and drove it into her neck. How the fuck did it end up behind her?
Well, I think it was in front of her and she was like, ha. But even then, the sharp point wasn't even fucking facing her.
I'm just saying.
She's a dumbass.
Her eyes bulged as blood ran down her neck and she grabbed at her neck, trying to stop the bleeding. Deirdre and Jacob stared on in horror. Jacob ran over to Sasha and tried to stop the bleeding, but it was too late. Sasha was already dead. Tears streamed down Deirdre's face as she stared at Sasha's now dead body. I like how she's like... I would be like, that bitch stabbed me!
She's like,
send her ass to the sharks!
Send her ass to hell! Where she fucking belongs.
Okay. Jacob stared in shock. I didn't mean to, he said. It's okay, Deirdre said. It was an accident. Deirdre tried closing her eyes and opening them again, hoping that the gory sight in front of her was just a dream, but it didn't go away. What are we gonna do? Deirdre asked. Jacob stood there in shock. I have absolutely no idea. Jacob said. Deirdre stared into Sasha's lifeless eyes, blood continuing to drain from her wounds. We could dump her in the ocean, Jacob said. I thought about that too. I was like, jump her in the fucking ocean.
Jump her in the fucking ocean.
Deirdre haphazardly agreed, helping Jacob lift up Sasha's body to the rest of her ability.
I feel like she's like, damn, that's a big bitch.
You know what I'm thinking right now?
What?
They could save the oar that's in her neck. Or well, maybe they took it out because they could kill fish with it.
I feel like they took it out, probably.
Anyway, on the count of 3, Jacob said 1, 2, 3, they tossed Sasha's body into the water. It made a massive splash as it hit.
Oh, that's like a fat joke. It's not even a fat joke. It makes her sound fat.
Deirdre stared down into the water, watching as Sasha sank into the depths. She would not sink. Guilt overcame her. I guess the starvation and fatigue got to her, Jacob said. She could have been hallucinating. Deirdre started crying again. She stared at the body oar laying in the boat. The bloody oar. Sorry. The oar covered in her and Sasha's blood. Deirdre stood up as best she could and hugged Jacob. You saved my life. I like how she's like forgetting that she just got stabbed.
And then she's like, I'm horny. Oh.
Deirdre saved. If you hadn't done that, she would have killed me. We need to get to land as soon as possible to treat that wound. He's gonna treat her wound in more ways than one. Anyway, Jacob said they were so busy hugging and talking about what had just happened that they didn't even notice the shark rapidly approaching their boat attracted to Sasha's blood. And then that's it.
Wait, what does chapter 22 say? Okay, it's gonna be a while. We're gonna
campfire.
We're gonna go ahead and end off on
this.
We're gonna end on that. Next episode, I think there's gonna be a massacre unless I'm
massacre.
Unless I'm misremembering.
There you go.
I'm just gonna have a little look-see, Lou.
Don't you read it?
Yeah, no, that's not what it is. Okay, so we will end the episode here, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.